Hello and welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk about tags, kind of a new primitive that I just created after many months of wanting to do this. I finally got around to doing it. And essentially what happens when you build TV apps is you want to create these tags that you put on usually video thumbnails or on episodes, and you're like, it's a new release, or it's an action or drama or comedy, or whatever tag you might find putting on your different posters. And the issue with it is, like, really, this is a node. Then it's also a shader that rounds the edges, and there's some text, which is pretty heavy for the renderer to create. And then you create dozens of these all over the place for the different posters because they all have the different same kind of look. So in order to simplify this, there's a new primitive called createTag, and I'll go into what this does. There's documentation already up on the website. But if we look at the code here, what we can now do is we can say create an action tag, and we pass it in a create tag our markup, and that then gives us the action tag. And then here we can use the action tag. We can even set X and Y positions on it. Can't really change the width or anything, because what's happening behind the scenes is when you create a tag, it's going into the Lightning renderer, it's rendering it, and then it's rendering it to a texture. So it basically becomes an image. And that way, as you use it over and over again, the renderer doesn't have to keep re-rendering. All it's doing is using the image. So now you save from having to recreate this markup, doing multiple flex layouts, rendering text, yada, 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 so much stuff happening, so much performance. And you can do this at a global level. So like if you initiate your app and then create all these tags, or as soon as you go to a browse page when you need these, but you can definitely lazy create these, and you can keep them available throughout your app lifecycle. So it can be available all the time. And alternatively, when you create these tags, you also have a destroy method when you're finally ready to release them or you're done using them. You can call destroy, which will clean them up and get rid of them. Otherwise, they remain as a texture in the renderer. So just be mindful of that. But otherwise, I think this is a very useful feature for performance and for memory, especially if you have a lot of poster rows where you display these kind of tags. This again allows you to create them once and then render them over and over again in multiple places without the performance overhead of having to create them again and again. So here we can actually just quickly look at what the markup is here. So this is now just a render to texture type, and there's no sub nodes under here. It's just literally that image. So that's all I have for you. Check out the demo app. I just updated this, so the example page is here. I also started reaching the point where there's so many examples that there's a new format for this, which makes it a little easier to navigate rather than going right 18 times to get to this new tag page. But check it out. I hope you enjoy it. As always, like, comment, subscribe, leave me feedback for what other methods or primitives you would find useful. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time.